hell. This day is really hotting up in transfers. Deadline day is the best day of the year, in my opinion. Transfer deadline day is the best day of the year. Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope you're all having a fantastic Friday afternoon. Hope you're all having a great start to this month in September, and I hope you're all looking forward to the first weekend in this month as well. First of all, do me a massive favour for me, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. That is United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel and the community if you're new. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button, and remember to put the notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 4 Last Resort, Rocket League, F1 23, FIFA 23, Ultimate Team, also EA Sports FC 24, more previews, more match reactions, and much more banner planned for the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Good afternoon to everyone, all you legends, all you legendary people, and we have major breaking news coming in and out of Old Trafford, out of Manchester United on transfer deadline day in 2023. Finally, we have liftoff. It's like we're on NASA and trying to get up to the moon. Sofyan Amrabat, here we go. Sofyan Amrabat to Manchester United, here we go. Finally, we have got the deal done for Amrabat. This transfer saga is a Frankie de Jong 2.0. The amount of time this has taken to get this deal done with Fiorentina, I mean, bloody hell. This has been probably one of the longest transfer sagas I have seen in my lifetime at Manchester United. The pursuit of Sofyan Amrabat has been going on since June, and he's waited and been told to be patient, be patient. It's like having to take that song, Patience, on repeat. And finally today on transfer deadline day, we have got the here we go for Amrabat to be a Manchester United player from David Ornstein, from Samuel Lutkers, Laurie Whitwell, and the GOAT Fabrizio Romano. And a massive shout out to Fabrizio on transfer deadline day. He is the GOAT of transfers and he's an absolute legend. But an hour ago, he tweeted, Sofyan Amrabat to Manchester United, here we go, agreement in place and more is to follow. And then two further tweets, Sofyan Amrabat, new Manchester United player as revealed earlier, here we go, confirmed. Loan deal on a 10 million fee plus buy clause for June 2024, worth 20 million plus 5 million in add-ons. If Man United want Sofyan to stay on long-term deal, on his way to Manchester shortly. Sofyan Amrabat is on his way in order to undergo medical test as a new Man United player after the agreement was reached. Deal sealed between clubs. More to follow about details. Finally, we have got this deal done. I mean, I cannot believe it is gone and dragged on right into deadline day to try and get Amrabat in. What a transfer saga this has been. But I'm absolutely buzzing we have finally got Sofyan Amrabat through the door. He is going to be such an important member of this team, this midfield. We have basically upgraded a position that Man United have let get weaker and weaker since the departures of Fred and the injury to Mason Mount. Obviously out injured now for 6 weeks. We have finally got Amrabat over the line. Deal agreed with Fiorentina. It's a loan deal. And I think that's all Man United could do. I think Man United this summer, this transfer window has been a complete nightmare. It's been chaotic. It's been up, down. Every emotion going through every United fan, every Man United supporter. This has been the longest saga I have seen ever in United history. The way we have dealt with this deal and the way the transfer has been dealt with as a whole, it has taken so long for Manchester United to finish it. I've never known a saga like this for United to try and bring a player in. And Sofyan Amrabat has finally got his dream move. He's got the dream move that he's waited and rejected everyone else that has come in from him, from Fulham to Nottingham Forest to Arsenal to Liverpool. He's rejected everyone because he wanted that dream move to Manchester United, and we have finally got the player in. I am buzzing. For me, this is going to be one of the most underrated signings of this 2023 summer transfer window. Sofyan Amrabat is going to be a player that is going to offer so much different dimension to that Man United midfield. And we finally have cover for Casemiro. We now have midfield depth. We now have midfield quality. We have finally got Amrabat through the door. And I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm happy for the player. I'm happy for his family, his friends, his agents. And, United this summer, the way they have dealt with the transfer and the way they have made Amrabat hold on and hold on and hold on so much to try and get this transfer done. This transfer should have been done weeks ago. If we're going to be really honest about it, this transfer to Manchester United for Amrabat should have been done weeks ago. It should have been done weeks ago. Man United knew they were desperate for the player. There was even rumours of the other day that Samuel Lutkers came out and Laurie Whitwell saying all the hype around Amrabat to Manchester United is more on the Italian side of the press over in Italy. But United were clearly after Amrabat for a very long time. And a lot of journalists, including Samuel Lutkers and Laurie Whitwell, are going to be delivered a massive, massive L, a massive piece of humble pie, because Amrabat was the primary target all along for the midfield. And we're finally going to get to see Amrabat in a Man United shirt. And he's got a very, very good age on his side. Amrabat is only 27. So he's got a very, very good age dimension on his side to offer Man United's midfield something different that United can do with going forward. And he's an option now to give Casemiro the cover we were finally needed in that midfield. And we've now got options to be able to rotate that midfield free with Mount, Eriksen, Fernandes, Casemiro, and now Sofyan Amrabat. Sofyan Amrabat is going to become a Man United legend already. And he is already a legend because he has held on for so much time, waiting and waiting for Man United to finally get that deal done. And thank God we did, because there was rumours earlier that Fiorentina were demanding a 10 million loan fee to get the deal done. And eventually United have paid up. I'm gutted it's not a permanent deal and United couldn't have brought him in permanently. But what angers me the most is that the money we've used from Dean Henderson has gone on the loan deal. So why couldn't have that 20 million have been used to try and get Amrabat permanently instead of a loan? I think the money personally was there for Amrabat to come in the first place. I don't believe all this loan stuff is necessary. I personally would have tried to have got him in permanently instead of on a loan deal. But if a loan deal was all that Manchester United could sanction, that is on Manchester United. That's not on the fans. It's not on supporters. We are going to back Amrabat because of his determination, his commitment, and his desire to finally be in a Manchester United shirt as a Manchester United football club player. The love I have got for Amrabat already is second to none. His desire to wait for that long to get his dream move, it shows that he wanted to come to the club. It shows he wanted to play for Manchester United. He wanted to play under Erik ten Hag again. And he wanted to be at the best football club in the world. And that is Manchester United. And for me, Amrabat, if we can get him sealed in time, because we've basically now got about 9 hours and 8 hours and 15 odd minutes to, get this deal completed. And we will be going live a lot today because we're waiting for Reguilon for the official announcements that he's signed. We're going to jump straight into the goalkeeper signing video after this video for the backup goalkeeper. We've got to do Amrabat as well once he's officially signed. There is going to be so much content provided on transfer deadline day. But I'm just finally relieved that, Amrabat's over the line, because I think the amount of stress that, this deal has caused everyone, it's taken ages. It's taken so long for Amrabat to be a Man United player. And I don't believe, all the hassle of trying to negotiate Fiorentina down on their price was a tactic that's paid off for Man United. But, Fiorentina, were desperate to get rid of the player. They knew Amrabat wasn't in training and they knew that he wasn't going to play for the club again. And they knew he wanted to leave. And they knew he wanted to move to Manchester United. And this is why he's not been in first team training. This is why he's not been playing competitive games for Fiorentina. But it is a concern that, he's probably not going to be available for Sunday when we kind of needed him. It is a bit disappointing that United have not got this deal done a lot quicker. But it's Man United at the end of the day. They like to, PR their shiny new toys on deadline day, because United in the end have got very, very desperate to bring Amrabat in. And that's not against Amrabat. I've got nothing against the player being brought in. I really, really rate Amrabat. I think for me, if you saw that UEFA Europa Conference League final last year, he had Declan Rice in his pocket and was absolutely bossing that midfield for Fiorentina, which they did lose 2-1 to West Ham in the final. So I think Amrabat is going to offer United so much quality in that midfield three, because the Casemiro cover's been secured. Amrabat can be playing in front of Casemiro now, even play at the CDM position. So Casemiro will be getting a lot more rest time now that Amrabat is coming in. And Amrabat's got the edge on this side. He's only 27 compared to Casemiro, who's like 30, 31, 32. So I think there's quality there for Amrabat to become a Man United legend. I do believe if the loan deal goes well, they'll make it permanent next summer. I really, really do hope we do have him permanently, because I think Amrabat is going to become a very, very important player for United this season. He'll play a lot more games than what people think. Amrabat will be a lot more of a first-team player than Mason Mount. I think, Amrabat is a massive, massive upgrade on what we've currently got. I think Mason Mount, we shouldn't have really chucked 60 million on the Chelsea reject. That really, really did not work out at Chelsea in his last year as a player. I think Man United bringing Mount in has massively backfired. And Man United knew the injury crisis they were in due to Mount and obviously the uncertain future of Scott McTominay. You never know, Scott McTominay might still go today. You never know what can happen in this transfer window. But it would not surprise me in the slightest if Manchester United now try and sell Scott McTominay, because his game time now, the minutes are going to be a lot more concerning for Scott McTominay. And I think, his Scotland future is going to be in massive, massive doubt now that Amrabat has come into Manchester United. And basically, Amrabat is the first choice over Scott McTominay now. I think Scott McTominay should try and get out today. If Man United can somehow try and agree a deal with another club, maybe Fulham, if Palhinha is going to Bayern Munich, I think if Fulham and United can sit down and do a deal, maybe United try and do one last deal, maybe a striker or maybe a young centre-back. And I think that would complete Man United's rebuild this summer. I mean, we've now got, officially we've only got 4 players at the moment, because Reguilon still hasn't been announced. Amrabat still hasn't been announced. So it's going to be a very, very busy day for Manchester United. I think, there's going to be a lot more outs than ins. But at least we're trying to get our business done now. But it should never have come to deadline day. Amrabat really should have been in that United team for the Wolves game. He should have been in there for the Tottenham game, and really should have been in there for the Forest game. I think if Amrabat would have been playing, I think Amrabat would have made that United performances against Tottenham and Wolves and Nottingham Forest a lot more respectable. I think we probably wouldn't have conceded the goals we did, and we would have had 3 more points if Amrabat would have been in that team. But I think Amrabat, very, very world-class signing. And I think a lot of teams have gone surprised with Man United's pursuit of Amrabat. I didn't think a lot of clubs expected Man United to try and go for a player like Amrabat for their midfield rebuild. But Man United have seen something in Amrabat that a lot of other teams have not seen in it. And I think, Amrabat is going to surprise a lot more people. And I think the fans and supporters can be excited about what Amrabat is going to offer long term. I think Amrabat is going to be a player that, offers quality, a different dimension in the ability of the midfield three. Obviously, we've now got the cover for Casemiro. I think Fernandes will be a lot more secured now. I think Eriksen will be a lot more happy with Amrabat as well. I think Mason Mount is going to look at this thinking, bloody hell, I've only come to United and they've only gone and brought another midfielder. So there's a lot more questions than answers at the moment, but I think United are trying to panic because they know they've got a major protest outside Old Trafford at 6:00. We've also got, the goalkeeper in. We're trying to get Reguilon announced as well. So it's going to be, a very, very busy day for Man United. But I wish this didn't go to deadline day. I really, really wish we would have got Amrabat weeks ago because, like I said, I think United would have probably been sat top of that midfield, had a bit more balance in it, which was lacking in the Tottenham game because we were getting dominated on and off the ball. We lost the game 2-0 and we've got 3 lesser points than what we should have. But I think Amrabat, he's got his dream move, and I'm so very, very happy for him. I think it's a dream come true for me to see him in the United shirt. I think he's going to offer so much to this club going forward. And I think his loan move will work out. I think he knows that he's got his dream move now, and he needs to prove it to Ten Hag and Man United and the fans and the supporters that paying that loan fee for Fiorentina is a blessing in disguise, because I would hate to think that the loan move don't work out and then we don't sign him because We've then spent money on the player and it hasn't worked. And, it could really, really badly backfire, but I don't think it will, because the determination is there in Amrabat to prove that he's got the top game to be a Man United player. And I think, he goes straight into the first team for me. I think Eriksen has to be benched now. I think Mount will be a bench player off the bench now. I think McTominay, I think United should just try and sell him, because his game time is going to be severely limited by Amrabat's arrival. And McTominay is going to look at this thinking, oh Christ, I've got Eriksen in front of me, I've got Amrabat in front of me, Fernandes, Mount, and Casemiro are all in front of me, and McTominay's now option number 6. But I don't know why United aren't trying to sell Scott McTominay, because there's 40, 50 million sat there to try and get a centre back and maybe another midfielder. But if United don't want to do that and they want to keep him, that's on Manchester United. But there was 2 assets there where Manchester United could have brought in another maybe midfielder or maybe a striker or maybe another centre-back to replace Harry Maguire. But it looks like now Man United is shutting up shop for the rest of the transfer window. It will mainly be Amrabat. It will be Reguilon. They've got that goalkeeper in now, which we'll do straight after this video. And I think that'll be it. I can't see any more late surprises. I can't see any more players coming in unless something spectacular was to happen. And, it depends really what United's ambition is, because, we're all on Twitter. I think, I'm on Twitter. It's at United Red Devils 20. And, I think, if anything happens today, it will be more likely that we don't do any more business unless something spectacular happens, which I don't think it will, but you never know with Manchester United. But it depends what United's ambition is about what rest they can improve the squad, because, Amrabat's going to be a good signing. I hope Reguilon does work out as well, and I hope the new goalkeeper that we've brought in as well, I hope he has a good career as well. But I wouldn't say this transfer window has been an 8 or 9 out of a 10. I can't give it more than a 3 or a 4, because it's just been so badly run. The ambition is not there for Manchester United anymore. And I think, in my opinion, that United could have really spent a bit more money to try and improve the team, and they've simply not done it. And I think Ten Hag has been massively let down. I personally would have, got a lot more players in, sold a lot more players, and United could have put that back into recruitment. But obviously United's recruitment team are a complete joke. And I think Ten Hag has had to be the pull machine this year. It's more pull than a tug of war. It's literally Ten Hag's transfer window. This transfer window is not down to Manchester United. This transfer window alone has been down to Erik Ten Hag's pull to bring players like Amrabat, Onana, Højlund, Mount, Reguilon in. This is down to Erik Ten Hag. This is not down to Manchester United. This is down to the pull of our manager. I don't think if we had had Erik Ten Hag in charge, we would not have brought any of these players, and they wouldn't be at Manchester United now. And, Ten Hag has been the main factor in all of those deals, and he's bringing in players that fit his system. And I think, he's probably a lot more frustrated and happy. I think deep down he's very, very annoyed and very, very pissed off, but that is down to Man United not doing their job and be able to recruit the players that he was desperately wanting. But he's finally got Amrabat in. He didn't really want Reguilon. He wanted Cucurella. And the goalkeeper they brought in, he didn't really want him either. So United haven't really achieved the goal that Ten Hag was looking for. But Amrabat was clearly the number one priority target after Mason Mount for the midfield. And they've got the deal done. But that's down to Ten Hag. But United have had to give a loan fee. And that's come out of the Dean Henderson money. So clearly there's still money left there to do something late on. But it depends on Manchester United, really, what the whole ambition is to do with the rest of the squad. I think they're going to have to sell players today to bring anyone else in. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Donny van der Beek, Scott McTominay, Eric Bailly, Harry Maguire, Donny van der Beek. It's going to be very, very interesting what happens to those 4, because it looks like we're going to be stuck with them. And if you then look at the midfield, I know you've got Amrabat, Casemiro, Mount, Eriksen, Fernandes, but I've only realised that Scott McTominay is going to be 8th in the pecking order because Kobe Manu's in front of him, and so is Donny van der Beek. So it's not looking very good for Scott McTominay if he's looking at this day thinking, I've got 8 hours left, nearly 7, to try and get myself a move somewhere. And if I don't do it, I'm in really big trouble that I am not going to get any game time and my international career could be in jeopardy. And that's on Man United for rejecting 30 million from West Ham. I think if United would have took that and the West Ham deal for Maguire, there would have been another 60 million to spend today. United could have got a striker in, another centre-back, Amrabat permanently. There would have been so much more money to spend today if United would have sanctioned those deals, but they haven't and they've kept them, and that's down on the United. I don't expect anything else today to happen except the announcements of Reguilon signing and Amrabat. I can't expect anyone else for Man United to bring in, but there is, according to Mail Sport, that if Mason Greenwood is to go today, that Manchester United will try and replace him. And that seems to be happening a lot. But it depends who they can get, because if you're looking at it, which striker is available? I mean, there's the talk of that Leandro, that Brazilian striker who plays in Brazil. I don't know if that could happen to replace Greenwood, but it looks like Greenwood's going on a free transfer to Lazio. So it looks like that's going to happen. But it is being reported that, Manchester United will look to replace Mason Greenwood if he leaves today. It doesn't make a lot of sense, really, but it depends who Man United can get. Will they do anything today, apart from Amrabat or Reguilon? I'm not really sure, but I would try and replace Greenwood if you can bring somebody in. It depends, really. Like, it really depends on what money Man United have got left, because surely there is an option for United. I mean, if they've taken the money out of the goalkeeper for the Dean Henderson deal, for the backup goalkeeper we brought in, you've then got the Amrabat deal, 10 million loan, so that's 15. You've only got really 5-6 million left to really get yourself a striker. And what strikers are on loan that United can get? There's not really a lot of options. So I don't expect, deep hand on heart, that United will bring anyone else in. But you never know. Like, anything can happen at Manchester United. But it looks very unlikely than likely that United will bring in anyone else. But I think we've got to be very, very happy with Amrabat. I mean, I appreciate the move in the pressure he's put on Fiorentina to get his dream move to United. I'm just glad we've got it done, because it takes a lot of stress. It takes a lot of pressure off me and other fans and supporters that were desperately wanting Amrabat and wanting United to sign him. I think that stress and relaxation can now be there. The stress can go, the relaxation that, we finally have got Amrabat over the line and he'll be in Manchester in the next few hours to do his medicals, sign the contract, and then he'll be a United player. So, like I said, it's going to be a very busy day for Manchester United. And it's because of their incompetence that they're this busy. They're never normally this busy on transfer deadline day. They don't really like to do business on deadline day, and they don't really like to bring players in. So they normally like to shut the office doors up and tell everyone to go home on the Friday night. So United are a lot more busy than what they wanted to be. And I've been told that by one source that, United really didn't expect to be doing business this late on the window. But I think Ten Hag has probably pushed them because of the left-back crisis we're in, because of Shaw and Malacia's injury, the midfield injury to Mason Mount, the uncertainty over Donny van der Beek and Scott McTominay. Still, so much could happen today. I'm not ruling anything out, but I think what's going to happen will be the Reguilon announcement, Amrabat announcement, and that'll be it. And United will shut up doors, because really you've only got 8 hours left really to do any more business. And I can't see United doing anything more unless they can get a late striker in on loan. I mean, I don't think we can do any more loan deals, and I think that's the problem. Unless we can find a really, really cheap striker from somewhere to replace Greenwood outgoing, maybe that will happen. But the whole focus on this video is to welcome Amrabat. I'm really buzzing we've got the player. The smile on my face is there, clear to see. Amrabat is a United player now, and we've got to be very, very happy for him. He's shown his love to Man United already, and that takes a lot from a player who wants to be a United player. That shows a lot. I mean, you don't get that from a lot of players. A lot of players only come to United for the money. But Amrabat is ready to do a job, and he knows the quality we've got in that midfield already. He knows Mount's there. He knows Eriksen, Casemiro, Fernandes, Donny van der Beek. He's going to look at that midfield and the strength and depth we've got now compared to what we've had a few weeks ago. It's night and day now. We've probably got the best midfield in the Premier League, if I'm being really honest. I think United have got the strength and depth in the midfield. I think we've got options in every position now for United to be able to dominate games. I think we will see. Time will tell, really. Time will really tell what this midfield means for the future, but it's looking a lot more positive than negative now. And I just think, once the transfer window slams shut at 11 o'clock tonight, I think United fans can relax, be a lot more stress-free, and there'll be a lot more. I think there's going to be optimism. I think United are going to milk these deals like they're brand new shiny toys, but Reguilon and Amrabat are both on loan. They're not exactly permanent transfers. I think there would have been a lot more excitement, a lot more buzz if United would have got Amrabat permanently and maybe Cucurella permanently. I do believe the money has been there all summer. I just don't believe all this sell to buy crap. I don't believe all this financial fair play bullshit. I think it's been a lot more led on than what people think it's been. I personally do think, United have absolutely milked all their signings so far. And I think at the moment, United are having to spend because the situation we're in. I think Ten Hag has probably laid down the gauntlet and say, look, I've got an injury crisis. I've got no midfield quality. What am I expected to do? I can't go on rations the whole summer. I need other players brought in. And I think at the moment, he's pushed for Amrabat badly overnight. I think United, thank God they've got the deal done with Fiorentina. I think Fiorentina have got what they wanted. They've already found a replacement. So Fiorentina wanted to get rid of Amrabat as well. There's no beating around the bush about that Fiorentina really wanted to move Amrabat on because they wanted a replacement, and they've done that as well. So I think as well that, Amrabat is lucky he's got the deal done, because if United wouldn't have got this done by this afternoon, it would have looked very, very unlikely. But he's now obviously travelling to Manchester to try and get the deal over the line. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping. And obviously teams are guaranteed extra time to do deals past the deadline. They're given at least one or an hour or two to sign all the paperwork, do all the details. And I think, in my opinion, that Amrabat, once he's signed, it's going to be a good signing. But obviously there are going to be protests at Old Trafford, and it's not down to the new signings. It's down to Manchester United incompetence by the Glazers, by the board, by Richard Arnold and John Murtough for running such a shit show all summer long. And it has been a complete shit show. It has been such a bad, pathetic transfer window. It has been awful. And United have put the fans and supporters through absolute hell all summer long. They've really, really treated this fan base badly, and the supporters. They have treated us with a lack of respect, a lack of love. There's clearly no love coming at that football club towards the fans anymore. All they care about is the money in their pocket and the revenue and the money they all make. They don't give a shit. And United are trying to get the fan supporters back on side by bringing new players in. That is not a way to get the fan base back on side. How to get the fan base on side is to sell the club, fuck off back to America, and sell the club to the Qataris and let us run this club properly. Because at the moment, you're not doing it. You're not doing it properly. And I think at the moment, United are milking this now because they need desperate for signings. They are very, very desperate for signings. And they've had to bring Amrabat in. They've had to get Reguilon. They've had to bring the players in due to the fact that the United fans and supporters are very, very annoyed with the club and the way it's being run. And Amrabat is coming to a club that is very, very chaotic behind the scenes. It is a circus, and I hope that doesn't affect him. I hope all the off-field speculation will go away once we get players in. But we do need clarification after this summer what the club's going to do. Are the Glazers going to sell? Will they look for a minority stake? Or will they sell the club completely? I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm really, really happy for Amrabat. I'm happy for the fans. I'm really happy for supporters. We've got this deal done today because it's been a long time in the making. It's been a very, very long time that United have waited and waited and waited on this deal. And finally, we've got the clarification we wanted with the here we go today. And that was the main important thing today, that United got that in and got that deal secure. Because if Amrabat would have fell through, he would have easily gone to another club and United would have paid the price. And they knew Amrabat wanted to move. They knew they wanted the player. And they basically knew that if they didn't get Amrabat, they couldn't bring anyone else in. And I think then they probably would have kept Scott McTominay and Donny van der Beek as well. I still think both of them will stay unless something dramatic happens. But it depends, really. It really depends, because there's still a lot of rumours coming out saying that if United get rid of Greenwood, they will replace him. But I'm just trying to think who is actually available. But the focus is on Amrabat, and he's got to be welcomed with open arms for his love for this club already. And he's instantly going to become a fan favourite because he really wanted to play for the club, and not a lot of players are like that. They're here for the money and they're here for greed. But Amrabat is here to play for this club. And that shows a lot. That shows a lot to me. That shows a lot to the fans. It shows a lot of supporters that he's getting us on side, and he's going to give his all in a Man United shirt. And I can't wait to see him pull it on. It's going to feel such a surreal moment. Like, Amrabat is something that everyone ain't going to expect. And I think even Paul Merson on Sky Sports said yesterday that Amrabat is going to be one of the surprise signings of the summer, and he's going to make Man United a better team. I completely agree. I think Amrabat is going to offer something special that no one else is expecting. I think he's going to take the Premier League by storm. I really, really think Amrabat and that United midfield, the dimension we've got now and the quality he's already brought in, it shows that, you know what, here's a player who actually cares. He wants to play in a Man United shirt. He wants to play at this club. You don't get that from hardly anyone in certain transfers years ago that cared. They were in it for the money. Amrabat is showing his love already. And that is what I love about him. And I'm happy. I'm really happy, because it just takes everything, the depression, the anxiety away. But we've still got to get the official confirmation of Reguilón and Amrabat both signing. And we've both still got to do that. So it's going to be a mental day. There's not going to be much time for gaming today, but we'll try and fit in some, depending on the time that we've got available for all of us today. But it is deadline day. For me, it's the most exciting day of the year for football fans, because football fans love it. I love it. I love transfer deadline day. It is my favourite day of the year of all time. I love transfer deadline day because anything can happen. And I didn't expect Man United to do anything much. When it hit Wednesday and yesterday on Thursday, I was looking, thinking, nothing's going to happen, is it? We're not going to sign anyone. We won't sign Amrabat. We ain't going to get a left back in. A goalkeeper might not sign. A lot was in doubt, but United have got stuff over the line. But you can't praise them. You can't praise Man United. This is down to Ten Hag's pull, and I appreciate what Ten Hag's doing for this club. Without Eric Ten Hag, God knows where we would be. God knows where we would be without Eric Ten Hag in this team. Without him managing us, I couldn't imagine where we would be. We would probably be nowhere near top four, nowhere near Champions League football. We probably wouldn't have had the season we've had at the start so far, but we probably would have had a better start if we would have had more options available in the Spurs game, and we really should have won that game, especially the performance in the first half. But, you know, it's so far, it's an all right day. It's okay. It's not brilliant. It's an okay day. They are moving, but they're still very slow, aren't they? They're not very quick, not very efficient. It's still very, very slow, but you know, at the end of the day, we've got to celebrate Amrabat's determination to come here. And that shows a lot. And he cares. That shows a lot to me. And I love the player already. And I hope we do make the permanent transfer permanent next summer in 2024 in June. I hope his career absolutely gets off to a very, very good start. And I hope we can see a quick adaptation to Premier League football with Amrabat in that midfield three. I think teams are surprised by Amrabat's pursuit. I think a lot of teams are surprised United have gone for him, but I don't think a lot of teams are seeing this coming, and I think they're going to be very, very shocked and surprised with what Amrabat is going to show, not just in Premier League football, but in the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the UEFA Champions League group stage. A lot of teams have been surprised by the pursuit, but we've got Amrabat in, and look at this smile. I have not stopped smiling since we got that Here We Go. Even my mate Ethan, SDT Cody on YouTube, go and check out his channel, told me, we've got the Here We Go. And I was like, really? And it's like, yeah, I'm really, really happy that I've got that clarification now that Sofyan Amrabat, here we go to Manchester United. Season-long loan deal with an option to buy in June 2024. 10 million loan fee, and United have finally got their man they wanted. Was the number one priority target all summer long. And some of those journalists are eating a lot of humble pie right now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video, hit the tweet button and the retweet button. And remember to put that notification bell on at all times as well to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, FIFA 23, EA Sports FC 24, F1 23, more previews, more match reactions, and much more deadline day content coming right after this video. We're going to jump in now to do the goalkeeper signing announcement. United have obviously brought in a brand new goalkeeper today, so we're going to jump straight into that after to announce obviously the brand new goalkeeper United have brought in. And yeah, so far it's actually been a very, very good day, and I'm absolutely buzzing. We've got Amrabat in. Welcome to Manchester United, Sofyan Amrabat. Welcome to Old Trafford. Welcome to the Theatre Dreams. And once we've signed, we're going to have a really, really good celebration video for him. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your afternoon. Stay safe. Be nice. Be kind. Shove it. All legends. All legendary. Thanks for watching.